In worship, I want us to see that this is a heart issue. It's not an action issue. See, the actions will follow what's going on in our heart. First, for Abel, Abel, it started in his heart. He worshiped God. He had faith. Cain did not. When God called him out on it, he got more bitter. Have you, any of you, however, whenever someone has called you out on a hard issue or a sin issue, you got more angry? It's because you're like Cain. We all are. We all are. We've all done it. And so worship is a hard issue. Worship is a hard issue. Second thing we need to see is worship takes sacrifice. Takes sacrifice. That's what it says. He offered a sacrifice that Abel did. And Cain did. They both made sacrifice. One was in faith, one was not. So some of you have sacrificed a lot to come here today, but you've done so for your own worship. You're like Cain. Some of you have sacrificed a lot to come here to worship Jesus because you have faith in him. You're like Abel. Some of you have served on the setup team today, and some of you will tear down. Some of you will have served in many different ways and will continue to serve in many different ways in this church. And you do so because you know Jesus, you love Jesus, and you want to worship him with your sacrifice. Others of you might be sacrificing a lot, but doing so maybe for the approval of others or maybe for the betterment, esteem of yourself, and not for the worship of God. There is a difference. Cain and Abel's sacrifice, there's nothing wrong with what they offered. It was the position of the heart and how they offered. And so what we see here is God is calling his people to worship by faith. There's faith is tied to our worship. And so when we sing, what we're doing is we're giving a sacrifice of praise, is what the Old Testament would describe what we're doing. We're sacrificing, or a fruit of our lips, we're offering to God. When you give of your time, you're offering, you're sacrificing your time. When you give of your money, you're sacrificing your money. When you give of your talent or what God has given, gifts he's given you to do to serve one another, to serve the church, to serve other people in your neighborhood, in the city, you're worshiping. It's sacrifice.